I want to talk to you all today about embracing the process. What is your most embarrassing moment? No? Well, let me tell you mine. I graduated college with a 4-year degree. After graduating, I moved into an apartment with a girlfriend and began to travel the country, playing summer league basketball, all in hopes of landing a contract overseas. Sounds great, right? Well, know this, everything sweet ain't sugar. I had no plans of a future after college. I had no car, and to top it all off, after my travels, I got a call from the agent who tells me that the scouts weren't even looking my way. So now, my dreams are crushed, and I'm a young man with a hoop dream and no plans of a future. I was truly lost. Then a few weeks later, my girlfriend leaves me, and now I'm all alone. Within 3 short months from graduating, I go from hopeful, feeling like I was gonna have everything, to literally having nothing. I had no job, I had no car, I had no money, I had no food. My girl left me, and my best friend wasn't even around. The only thing I had was an empty apartment that I couldn't afford, and stress. It was so bad at one point that I went from 190 to 160 pounds. And it wasn't until after sitting in an empty apartment for a few weeks that I decided I wasn't going to sit there anymore. One Sunday morning, I got up and made a decision that I wasn't going to miss church anymore just because I didn't have a car. I'll never forget what I wore that day. It was a black hoodie, some black jeans, and a pair of green Jordans. And I walked to church. That day was the first step to my recovery from the fall I took. Yes, it was a desire to go to church because I wanted to praise God. But it was something else that drove me. It was a motive. And what was that motive? Well, I knew I had somewhere to be. I had to see it. I was tired of being on the ground. I was tired of being depressed. And I was tired of feeling sorry for myself. And I knew I couldn't just sit there anymore. I knew that if I could just get up and move, then maybe, just maybe things will be okay. And the same can be said about you. It's time to go. It's time to get up and move. See, it may not be going to church. It may just be getting up in front of a bunch of people and speaking. It may be writing that book that you said you was going to write. Or it may be going back to school. But whatever it is, you have somewhere to go. And that somewhere you have to go is what will be the defining thing that changes your destiny. Now see, you might be asking me, Tay, how does this do it? How does this have anything to do with my process? Well, it's simple. Everything that we do in life is a process. And we should find joy in going through it. We have to know it's not where you're at in life that determines your destiny, but it's where you're going. If you're passionate about something, you should find a way to incorporate it in whatever it is you do. So, if you're a waitress and you say, Tate, there's no way I can use my passion in life while serving food, I'll probably just laugh and I'll say, sure you can. Do you like food? And you'll say, well, I have to eat. Well, why don't you go to the kitchen and ask the chef to put together your favorite creation that you like to order that's not on the menu, and then go to your manager and say, try this. Because it's gonna go one or two ways. They're either gonna say yes or they're gonna say no. And if they say yes, that's great, because that's a start. And then after they say, man, this is good, you're gonna say, why don't we try adding it to the menu? See, because now they have a decision to make. They're either gonna say yes, no, or maybe. And we have to remember, because we know everything on the menu was once an idea that someone else had. We gotta remember that. It was once an idea that someone else had to try. And we also have to remember everything's a process. So even if they do say no, we have to not give up. You have to not give up. Because Sally, Bob, or Joe, your manager don't want what you have, doesn't mean the next place doesn't want what you have. Because the world is waiting for you. They're waiting on your gift. They're waiting on your creation. And you owe it to us to bring it forth. So even when you can't see it, you have to look toward the future. See, a wise man by the name of Dr. Miles Monroe once said that if an eagle meets another bird at top flight, it must be another eagle, because they are the only birds that can fly at that altitude. Now, we got to understand, sometimes we have to stop surrounding ourselves with what and who we are comfortable with. And we have to surround ourselves with like-minded individuals, those who are already sitting in places we aspire to be. You only get one life, one future, and it starts today. You have to ask yourself this: how do I want to be remembered? Or do I want to be remembered at all?